All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to not only the Sarasun Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page. Two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. Link for the membership right down in the video description. It's in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the membership, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Susan Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculum, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption, a definitive black manhood designed by the General strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing, amazing course. You can get a preview again by clicking the link in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream where the brothers meet once a week discussing very vital, important, and powerful information pertinent to our growth and development. Get over there, check it out, family, and become a brother, become a member today. Neil Arm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarasun Seti, DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. Got something for your family I know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out the catalog, get a discount, shop, and save and shop. Now, everybody know the General is popping on Patreon. We got that file over there. I want you to click that link at the top of the chat and get over there, get to work. We got coming up today, Electric, Melanin, and the Explosive Black Mind. We also got that. We got that Carthaginian. Yep. No, we got the Ishmael Enigma, the Paradox of Islam. Get over there. I know you're deep in, and this is where you get to learn what ain't right, and that's about everything. Also, we got the ancient Carthage and Phoenicia, masters of the Mediterranean Sea. We got the biblical creation story exposed. This presentation will turn your world upside down. We also got the Netters of Chaos, Tyrett, and Sobek. And lastly, did we do electric? We did the electric melanin. That's right, the electric melanin and the explosive black mind. To all the family out there that donate to the General, thank you, appreciate you. Those would like to donate, the link is in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share with your family and friends, and comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will bang your ass. Here we go, family. Oh, JD Vance come out and got something serious. You know, he vomited his 2 cents on the Brawl in Cincinnati. You know, he want to talk real strong. I think he's from Cincinnati. Don't make no goddamn difference. But anyway, he's sending cold. You know, he's sending white codes out there to try to, you know, put the maximum pressure on our people. You understand that was involved in that brawl. He want to see him locked up. That's what he want to see. He want to see him do a lot of time. That's what he want to see. And he voiced his opinion at a speech. I don't know where he was, but I don't know if he was back home in Ohio. I don't know. But he most definitely vomited his 2 cents on the subject, and we got the video. And you know, for this, you know, we just, like I say, we had to stand too, guys, because they don't never bring nothing up when it's us. They don't say shit. You ain't got shit to say. You see, talk about how they hit the brother in the jaw. You see, in his, you know, and fired on and broke his window out, and all the shit that's happening to us. You don't say a goddamn thing. So, you know, we don't have, you don't have no sympathy for our, you know, and compassion for the, you know, situations that we are in. We don't give a goddamn. And so you get one time where, you know, you get your ass mollywop, and just like family said, they got up and walked away. I know some motherfuckers, and they was in the hood. Motherfucker didn't walk away. You see, motherfucker was laid out in the goddamn grass and shit. Motherfuckers mollywopped his ass and they was on their ass just like that. And they couldn't get up, so goddamn, I mean, that you win some, you lose some. You go to running off at your goddamn mouth and you ain't got enough, you ain't got the firepower to back up that shit that's coming out your mouth. Sometimes you pay a tax. And they got taxed and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't no telling. They just like JD Vance and they want to talk stupid and racist. You're a racist, just like Ron DeSantis. Want to give Hulk Hogan a known racist a holiday in Florida. They want to do all this shit just because they trying to put their thumb in the eye of black people. That's all they doing. Trying to put their thumb in the eye of black people. And so we got to be clear, that we have to stand on business. We got to stand on business. We can't go wavering every time one of these Neanderthals got something silly to say. They just want you to get your ass whooped. They want you to, if the nigga would have just let the white boy just say whatever he want to say to him, slap him in the face in front of his woman, they wouldn't say shit. But as soon as he get what's coming to him and they get on his head and they dance on and they needed to see that because, that was an avalanche of shit that been going on anyway. Y'all been showing up in the community with all type of Nazi flags and shit. You come to somebody else. I don't see no black people going where white people stay at and bringing red, black, and green flags and unless y'all done did. They don't just go and show up in your neighborhood. They ain't even got time for that. I don't never see, but y'all motherfucker got time to bring your racist ideals into somebody else's neighborhood and this is the shit you do. And then when you get the worst of it, they should have did their ass like that. And they should have did them like that the same goddamn way. They should have rocked their goddamn world. You had to send them a message because if you don't draw a line in the sand, these motherfuckers will believe that they could do any and everything to you. Okay, they wouldn't if you don't draw no lines in the sand, you best believe that they're gonna cross every line, they're gonna disrespect you, they're gonna think they could disrespect you in front of your family. They think they could literally, with all them black people that was out there. You mean, and you got enough nerve to even, I've seen cars full of niggas riding all up and down the street. Cincinnati, that Midwest ain't shit to play with. Motherfuckers, listen to me when I tell you. There's a lot of areas. But that Midwest ain't nothing to play with. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not telling you, stay out of there. Them niggas up there ain't, it's a different realm of reality, and you know what I'm saying? It's a different realm of reality. You got a lot of cities and shit that early on in a lot early on in gangsterism and shit. And I'm not saying that it is. You know what I'm saying? You got cities over there, man, that been hard a long time. You see what I'm saying? You got them mafia cities. You motherfucking Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, and all up and through there. And them is mob cities. You see, early 1900s, they been mobbing up in them motherfucking cities a long time. So them motherfucking niggas up there is a different type. You know what I'm saying? Different type. And I ain't saying it ain't no hard motherfuckers nowhere else, because it is. But when it come to all that, thinking you could, oh no, just ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. It's gonna be highly likely that you gonna have problems, and it's obvious, especially around Cincinnati, because man, they bout it. You know what I'm saying? They're going all up in the courtroom and shit every other damn weekend. They just had another riot in the goddamn courtroom down there. Something happened and they was up in the motherfucking, I seen the video, I was gonna do it. This ain't Rodney Hinton. This is another motherfucking episode where, a brother ended up getting killed and they was up in the courtroom, man, and it was like two different families, but I don't know if, but they was bucking up in that motherfucker. Straight up. The police couldn't do shit. They didn't want no problem. They wasn't bucking with the police. They was bucking against each other, and they was up in that motherfucker, and it was like a brawl up in there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like all it take is just a spark. It's dry grass in a lot of areas. It's certain areas. Yeah, it's lukewarm. Some areas it's on fire. That grass is dry, and one little spark hit that motherfucking grass, and it's on and popping. You see what I'm saying? So, so that's why people got to understand. You don't know what's going on. See, they got a high intensity of racism. High intensity. When motherfuckers think they can pull up in your neighborhood and shit and do all of that, and so they it's like they wanna get this shit popping. They wanna get this shit popping. They wanna let you know they don't like you. They wanna come to your shit and pull up in your neighborhood and show you that they do not like you. Okay? And so on top of that, and you got a high intensity of a racial atmosphere. And then, in that type of atmosphere, and you going back and forth, and a motherfucker say nigga, and then he slap you, man, yeah, you could get an ass whooping like that. Yeah. You lucky they didn't goddamn kill you. Real talk. You lucky because when in a highly, electric situation like that, and the tensions is already high, they probably been talking about, ever since them damn Nazi motherfuckers probably already let that shit happen. They probably, when you put that shit in the air, I know. I didn't, back in the day, I remember motherfucker, I put a motherfucker want to fight me and shit, and I done already put it in my mind. This motherfucker done said something that then pissed me off. You know how you and motherfucker done said, and I'm talking about hit a nerve. And you might not see a motherfucker for about 6 months, but goddamn it, it's like the motherfucker just said it. So as soon as and the motherfuckers and the nigga be like, all the motherfucker had to do was say, "What's up?" And as soon as the nigga say, "What up, nigga?" you just fire off. You feel me? Because it's like an avalanche and shit. That shit dormant, and it don't happen all the time like that. But with certain motherfuckers that really didn't hit your motherfucking nerve, and you might not see them, and yeah, it might be dormant. You might not be thinking, but soon as you see that motherfucker, all he had to do is say, "What's up?" And that's all, nigga, and you ain't no hesitation. You feel me? You gonna give a motherfucker all that work. You're gonna get it all. You feel me? And so that's what it is. This is one of them situations where shit is laying like that, and ain't nobody, everybody is on edge. And any and everybody is on edge, and anybody could get it. And when they get it, and especially if you disrespectful and you running off at your mouth and you disrespectful, and people looking at what's going on around the country, and you thinking you could talk, and you and motherfucker gonna show you. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't want that kind of work, then you shut your ass up and you go sit your ass down somewhere, and you stay out of people's face, and you keep your goddamn hands off of people. You cannot do that. Ain't no telling what can happen, because ain't nobody going, y'all up there whooping. You gonna whoop a man for a goddamn headlight, but hit him in the jaw, snatch him out the car, body slam him on the ground, and shit like that. And you thinking motherfuckers gonna have some mercy on y'all? You gonna shoot people in the back and shit and all this? You think motherfucker ain't gonna be no mercy? Ain't gonna be no mercy. So y'all can do whatever, and we gonna stand by our family regardless. Ain't no turning back. You see what I'm saying? Because it's on. It's been on. You can't go to say, well, it was all, get that shit out your heart. If you get that, where they did, shut up, nigga. God damn, man, we got over 10 million of our ancestors in the soil, ain't never seen no goddamn justice, nigga. Don't get to getting weak and shit. Oh, they when they ain't went no goddamn. It ain't went no too far nothing. You see what I'm saying? It ain't went too, and all these motherfucker whooping niggas and beating people and beating them in the jail cells and shit and all that shit. Wicked. Don't do no time. Giving the damn police immunity. They shot up Breonna Taylor's house. You understand? Gave the motherfucking police one day to ridicule people. I mean, why do you know? They're just to ridicule, you know. that they pushing us to, insanity, when motherfuckers, when they check out, they check all the way out. Check all the way out. You feel what I'm saying? Fed up. It's a volcano ready to erupt. You feel me? It's a goddamn volcano ready to erupt. Let me put this old, cross-dressing ass JD Vance up here.
Haley B. Miller, Cincinnati Enquirer. Have you seen footage in Cincinnati of a recent street fight, and what concerns do you have about that, given that that's your home city?
You said a street fight in Cincinnati? I have not seen this. Sorry, give me a little more background, Haley. I'm not sure about this.
There was a group of people who attacked a couple folks.
Go on to say what it is, a group of people. Just say niggas. God damn, y'all up there cold talking and shit. It was a group. Just say it was a group of niggas that jumped some white people. White woman got knocked the fuck out and shit, and that's what happened. Yeah, see, he that's all cold. You understand what I'm saying? So to get them to go and, he knew exactly what the fuck they was talking about. Fake ass. Let me finish this, y'all.
On the street in Cincinnati, Senator Bernie Moreno, some others have spoken out about it, have been critical of it.
Okay, yes. So what I saw, and I haven't seen the full context, but what I saw is a mob of lawless thugs beating up on an innocent person, and it's disgusting. And I hope every single one of those people who engage in violence is prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And they will be. They will be so long as law enforcement in the state of Ohio takes their job seriously. I know Dave Yost cares a lot about these things. But yeah, I actually, you're right. Bernie did send me a clip of this, and we talked a little bit about it. I don't know the full context. I don't know how the fight started. But the one part that I saw that was really gruesome is you had a grown man who sucker punched a middle-aged woman. And where I come from, at least, when you have a grown man who sucker punches a middle-aged woman, that person ought to go to jail for a very long time. And frankly, he's lucky there weren't some better people around, because they would have handled it themselves. But if they're not going to handle it, the cops in Cincinnati, the law enforcement, you've got to prosecute people. We've had way too much lawlessness on the streets of great American cities. How many of you all have wanted to go to downtown Akron or downtown Canton or downtown Columbus for a meal, but you're worried because the local authorities in these big cities have allowed lawlessness to run wild? We have got to make great American cities safe again for families and children. If you want to take your wife or your children out for a meal, you shouldn't be worried about street violence, and the only way to destroy that street violence is to take the thugs who engage in that violence and throw their asses in prison.
How long did it take you to rehearse that? How long did it take you? That was rehearsed. Yeah, that's rehearsed. Go in, man. Go play Mrs. Dress Up. Go on back, JD. You ain't no vice president. You weak. You will never be president. Just know that. You ain't gonna ever become president. Yeah. Yeah, it was a white boy. I don't know why they keep saying. I don't know. I had to watch that again and again. Did I see something that, did y'all see it? Am I wrong? Because a brother said it was, I got to go back and watch it. Yeah. Well, we know it. They just be, just boss up and say what it is. Don't say a group of, just say nigga. Say black people, some black guys, and so they didn't want to say that. They cold, they want to cold talk. So they can, and throw their, and you talking about black people, yeah, just go on and say it. Man, JD Vance, shut your weak ass up. Shut your weak ass up. No nobody care nothing about what you talking about, man. Y'all don't scare nobody. Y'all punks. Y'all don't scare nobody and shit. We got to get our shit in order, man. so we can be able to, we got to get our shit in order. Real talk. So we could, defend ourselves in the strongest way against, the future. We going to have some adversaries in the future, and we got to be fully prepared to deal with this shit. You feel me? So, yeah, JD Vance come on out and put his 2 cents, which don't mean shit. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try to get a look at it. It's a white boy. Okay. Well, why they ain't saying shit? Yeah, I'm going to go back and watch that shit. I'm going to go back and watch that shit again and again. All right, family, I appreciate y'all, man. To the family out there, Cincinnati, stay strong, stay 10 toes down. You know what it is. We on the battlefield and shit, and remain strong and remain vigilant. And call on the ancestors, and they'll be with you. This is and the country is behind you. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.